So I've been just sitting here kind of thinking as I had a conversation with one of my friends about dating and marriage and family and stuff. It's like, bro, nobody's getting married anymore. And I got to thinking about that a little more, and I'm like, man, should men get married? And this is coming from somebody who is a Christian. And I do like the idea of marriage and the family structure, you know, the nuclear family. But it's like, bro, I don't know that there's any good reason for men today to get married. Most men today aren't very religious. So if you're not religious, you certainly don't really have a reason to get married. Why would you invite the government into your relationship? And especially in a world today where everyone harps so much on the legality of things between men and women and the financial differences between men and women and all. I mean, the courts, it's so one-sided in women's favor in every possible way that it's laughably silly to even consider getting married outside of religious reasons. And nobody is really getting married. Nobody's even having families anymore, dude. Like, what's the future gonna look like? What's the future of this country and this world, for that matter, gonna look like? A lot of people are just kind of burying their head in the sand and not really thinking in the future like that because it doesn't affect me now. But bro, we're going to have some weird times. We're in weird times now, and they're going to get more weird because it's like all the young men that I talk to, guys that I meet at the gym, out and about, meet through other friends, they're not even dating, bro. Like, I can't think of one young man that I've met in the last year that's in a healthy long-term relationship. I can't name one. I cannot name one. It's nothing but single guys that have no luck with women. And granted, these are like good-looking average guys. They either have no luck with women at all and they're frustrated, or they've recently been cheated on, or, you know, they're talking to girls, but they're just seeing all these red flags and they're not really confident about pursuing it. We are in a weird time. And forget the young men in general, men of my age, men older than me. Dating today is strange. And I'm going to tell you right now, this might offend some people. And, I'm not here to be a woman basher. But a lot of the problem is that the cat's out of the bag on the way a lot of them behave. The cat's out of the bag. For years, before smartphones and stuff, and before content like this where men shared with each other these types of things as reminders, a lot of chicks would do, some scandalous stuff and put a good face on for you and lie to your face and get away with it. But now, yeah, man, the cat's out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag. A lot of men now see the reality of how a lot of women behave, and they don't want any part of it. They realize that a lot of these chicks are good for nothing more than a quick hookup. They are good for nothing else but a quick hookup. A lot of them. And the other thing is, you get a lot of guys that say, yeah, there's a lot of good women out there, and I like to believe that. I do want to believe that. But here's the problem. A lot of the people that say there's good women out there, they'll point to these women that are almost exclusively always, as offensive as this might sound to you, they're almost always past their prime. These are always women 35 years old and older, 30-something years old and older, that are not like a good woman. No. They're a good woman because they got that phase out of their system, or they're tired of, all the hookups. They want to settle down. That's not burning desire, dude. That is not a woman you should be going for. A woman that's got this horrible past and now just got that out of her system and just wants a good man. Do you realize what you're getting yourself into with that? And I'm telling you right now, I can only think of one girl in my life that I've known in the last however many years. One girl that's early 20s, very pretty, has the world at her fingertips, and she is with a man, getting married and starting a family and stuff. There's only one girl that I've met, and as long as I can remember, that's going down that path. All of these young women today, like I've said before, and many people have said, they are so drunk with power from social media and dating apps and stuff. They are so drunk with power and so drunk with choice that they think they are celebrities at like a god status. A lot of them do. I know that might sound extreme to some of you guys, but I promise you, most of these girls out here look at most men like they are so beneath them that it's repulsive to even think of talking to them. It's just the supply and demand from these smartphones has gotten people twisted. And it's made men toxic too, let's be real. But again, a lot of men, they're not wanting to commit anymore to women who have been ran through or have been, chasing these chump dudes that are just scumbag dudes for the last however many years. And now they think they're going to look for some good man as a retirement plan or a safety net. Like men they're wise to it now. The cat's out of the bag. They're wise to it. They're not going to go to work every day and bust their ass and try to improve in every way, just to be someone else's retirement plan, to be someone's second, third, fourth, fifth choice. It doesn't feel good, man. Not many men want to do that. In the old days, you'd meet somebody, you had your local community or you had what's in front of you and you knew a pretty good catch when you saw one. But now, forget about it, bro. Why would any woman want to commit today? Why would they want to commit? They always feel like the grass is greener, dude. Like, there was a girl, I think I told this story before. There was a girl that I used to know that worked at an LA Fitness over here in Ballard, Washington, kind of like North Seattle area. And this girl, she was a good-looking chick. I found out later on that she was like an OnlyFans girl, so that's why we never got super serious and things didn't go much further. But when we were hanging out, like, she would show me her Instagram, and she would go to her messages on her Instagram. Granted, she was a good-looking girl, but she wasn't like some 1% 10 supermodel. She would go to her Instagram and go to her messages, and I'm not exaggerating, you guys. She could scroll, bro, till her arm got tired of unread messages from men with the good mornings, good nights, hey, beautiful, how are you? Just all this endless validation and endless praise. It's like, could you imagine what that does to somebody's head? Like, could you imagine if you had endless girls, even if they weren't all 10s, endless girls telling you how beautiful you are and how amazing you are. When are you free? Please, can we hang out? Just give me a chance. What do you want? I'll buy you dinner. Like, just treating you like you are some, goddess. Could you imagine what that would do to your ego? Like, a lot of men don't realize today still. A lot of guys I talk to don't realize how common that is for even the most average of women. How in the hell do you think you're going to marry someone like that? Like, with social media and smartphones and stuff, like I've said before, a lot of guys say, I'm not insecure. I don't care what she looks at. She can look at whoever she wants. She can talk to whoever she wants. I'm not controlling. How in the hell do you think you're going to have a healthy relationship when your girl has a smartphone at her fingertips that's endlessly pinging with other guys hitting on her? Or she's endlessly scrolling at, the grass potentially being greener. And the answer a lot of people say is, as a man, you got to be on your grind. You got to be her best option. Yeah, that's true. But let's be real, bro. With an endless supply that women have, what are your odds of being her best option forever? I don't give a shit how hard you work. We're creating women now. We are creating women with pop culture the way it is and smartphones and stuff. We are creating monsters that are foolish to settle down. They would be foolish to settle down and commit to you. Why would they? They are being lavished endlessly with new attention at all times. Why would they settle for you? Why would they settle for anyone? Because there's always the next best thing coming around the corner. That's the way they think. And I just don't see why any man would want to get married today. There's really no benefit besides hopefully raising kids in a more healthy nuclear household. And even then, bro, not to be negative, you better be sure, man. You had better be sure that the girl you're with is an absolute perfect woman, that's as loyal as can be. I've just seen it too many times. And this is coming from someone, like I said before, that is optimistic about that. I don't hate marriage at all. I love the idea of marriage and family. It's the way to do it if you're going to have kids and stuff. It's absolutely the way to do it. I just worry for all the other men out there that I know and that I see that are getting married, because the numbers just don't look good, man. And I'll tell you this right now, as many other people have said, the girl that breaks up with you or divorces you or whatever is not the same girl that you fell in love with. They can change, bro. They can turn into monsters, bro. And like I said, the cat's kind of out of the bag now, because most men just see most women today as just being fake all the time. Just being fake all the time. It's tough, bro. I don't know what the future looks like. I don't know what the future looks like. We're not having healthy families, really. It's sad. It's sad, but I'll tell you this much. This country is on a trajectory now, or the West in general. It's on a path that's not sustainable. It's not sustainable at all. Pop culture is just horrible. Pop culture now with music today and stuff. And that's another thing. Who'd want to marry women today? Who'd want to marry these women today that are into the music today, that are into hip-hop culture, and, these women that are all into, like, sports, lusting after all these guys playing sports and stuff. Like, bro, these are not family-oriented good women. I would never advise one of my friends to date most women today that are into, like, trashy music culture, trashy content, into sports and all this masculine stuff. It's just horrible, bro. It's horrible. And again, I don't feel bad at all for these women when they become 30 plus years old and complain about being used and abused and I just want to settle down. No, your time passed. You wasted your prime standing guys up, leaving guys on red, ignoring good men. You ignored them. You hurt their feelings endlessly. You put them down endlessly. You acted like you were better than them endlessly. And these pretty shiny objects that you found to be the hot flavor of the week that screwed around with you and it ended up being duds. Now you want to marry the good down-to-earth guy. No. I pray to God those guys never give you a second chance and never marry you. No way in hell. Anyways, guys, I just had to rant about that because it's on my mind right now. Like, I don't know what the future looks like. Most men are completely miserable. They're just miserable, bro. Like, it's sad. It's really, really sad. I don't know what we do to change this, man, but we better figure it out. I'll tell you that much.